Welcome to our weekly roundup of key economic and business developments in Sri Lanka. I'm Nishani Pigera, and here are this week's top stories. Domestic debt restructuring to be debated at a special parliamentary session. Sri Lanka to make a formal request to join Regional Trade Alliance. China Harbour Engineering to invest $1.2 billion at the port city. Another round of Sri Lanka and Thailand FTA talks. In our main story this week, Sri Lanka's domestic debt restructuring program will be debated at a special parliamentary session this weekend. On Wednesday, the central bank provided details of the proposed plan, which included maturity extensions and step-down coupon rates. Treasury bills and bond holdings of the banking sector have been excluded from restructuring. Among the options for dollar-denominated debt are a 30% haircut to principal, maturity extensions, and conversion to rupee debt. Speaking in Parliament on Tuesday, President Ranil Wickremesinghe said that the restructure of domestic debt will not pose any threat to the stability of the country's banking system and assured that it will have no impact on the membership balance of any public funds, including the Employees' Provident Fund. The Cabinet approved a proposal for the President's Secretary to draft a formal letter to take part in the Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership. The RCEP is the Independent Trade Accord implemented by 5 countries that have entered into independent trade accords with the ASEAN. Sri Lanka intends to expand its economic reach within South Asia and through the RCEP. On a related note, on Monday, the 5th round of Sri Lanka-Thailand Free Trade Agreement negotiations commenced in Colombo. The signing is expected to occur in March 2024, with the next round of talks scheduled for August. Further, Sri Lanka seeks Thailand's support to be a part of RCEP Trade Alliance. Bao Yingzhang, president of China Harbour Engineering Company, said that it would invest $1.2 billion in Sri Lanka's port city. Foreign Minister Ali Sabri, who is in China this week, met Yingzhang and held discussions focused on the investment progress in the port city. The flagship project is developed by CHEC Port City Colombo, a fully owned subsidiary of the CHEC, which has already invested over $1.4 billion in the project. During the 26 days of June, 84,003 tourists arrived in the country, pushing year-to-date visitor numbers to over 608,000. This week's very strong inflows increased the month's daily arrivals to 3,321. In June, India accounted for 28% of the arrivals, followed by Russia and the United Kingdom. The government reintroduced minimum room rates for hotels in the city of Colombo in a bid to boost revenue and financial viability. Accordingly, effective 1st August, the minimum room rate for 5-star hotels will be $130, $100 for 4-star hotels, and $80 for 3-star hotels. From July, Sri Lanka will likely commence an oil for tea barter program with Iran. Niraj Dimel, chairman of Sri Lanka Tea Board, speaking to Reuters, said that initially Sri Lanka will export tea to the value of $2 million to Iran, although the agreement was to send $5 million worth of tea for 4 years. Keheliya Rambukwella, Minister of Health, issued an extraordinary gazette notification reducing the prices of 60 medicines by 16%. Done under the National Medicine Regulatory Authority Act, these medicines include a range of common antibiotics. And now let's take a look at the weekly movement of the All-Share Price Index and the S&P SL20 Index at the Colombo Stock Exchange. At the Treasury bill auction held on Wednesday, yields on all maturities were unchanged. Bids amounting to 130 billion were received, of which only 55 billion rupees were accepted. The Sri Lankan rupee was mostly flat against the dollar this week, with the central bank's indicative mid-spot rate ranging between 307 and 308. And with that, we wind up for this week. Do subscribe to our YouTube channel at the link below for more updates on economic and business developments in Sri Lanka. Until we see you again next week, thank you for watching. Stay safe.